Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Soulkiss Tarot, with another pick a card reading. Today's question is, what generational trauma are you breaking? And before we get started, I just wanted to invite everyone to take advantage of free 3-card readings that I'm doing, and that's available on the link in my description box down below. And what else do we have? Website is up. I'm offering readings. I'm so excited for this reading. I got inspired from someone who commented on a video on TikTok to make a video about this. So I forget her username, but I'm gonna thank her and connect her to this video and shout her out when I find her username. And let's go ahead and get started. So we have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. If you guys need time to sit with it, see the energy that you're attracted to, see where you're being drawn to, go ahead, pause the video. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I'll see you guys in your group. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with pile number 1. Pile number 1, you guys had a really soothing energy when I was shuffling. It was really calming. Let's see what we have here. So I'm pulling from... I'm going to pull this one. This was at the bottom of the deck when I was shuffling this Osho Zen deck, and it's creativity. So you guys were the ones that really felt like a group that was meant to break outside of the norms. Let's see what else we have here. We have ordinariness. You guys are very playful souls that are very artistic and very... you guys think out of the box, and it's a very soothing energy, which tells me that a lot of the mediums that you guys choose to express yourselves could be things like art, poetry, writing. You guys like to be secluded and alone to really tap into your energy. A lot of you guys can be inspired and feel your best, feel your most creative and artistic when in nature, because we see here with the roots on her hands as well as the flower, the moon, she's looking at the moon, having an intimate connection with nature, which is what I feel like you guys are all about. This woman, it's this energy that your energy gets uplifted from being with nature, and that's coming across very strongly. Very gentle souls, very gentle souls. You guys might be more on the sensitive side, which might be complete opposite of what your generational karma is. Your generational karma, it could be that your family has been a family, and your ancestors, the whole lineage, one that has not been really taking risks, one that does not really encourage risks, ones that like to play it on the safe side. And this mentality, what I'm hearing, comes from a survival mode mentality of, you know, you need to pay the bills, need to get food on the table, these kinds of things, and worrying that creativity is nothing but a distraction from a practical outlook on life. So it could be growing up that you've been very creative, you've been very expressive, and a very colorful person, very colorful, very unique, super different. I'm hearing like 1 in a million, 1 in 5 million, 1 in 10 million, like you guys have a very unique perspective, and you never felt like maybe it was nourished completely because your family has this block, has this karma, this trauma that has, for whatever reason, not encouraged people to take risks within the lineage. So projections, these people in your lineage can, maybe how you've been raised, really try to instill in you their own dream of themselves. You might have had a really influential people, very vocal and opinionated people who operate on a fear-based system and have tried at least to instill in you this fear of future, this fear that, this idea that you shouldn't trust to think differently, to be differently, to live differently. And that may or may not have, depending on your soul and your individual path, affected you, and you may or may not have absorbed that. But this karma now that you're coming in to break these chains, break out of this heavy rooted system, is to completely uproot that plant that all of these people before you and your family have been watering and taking care of and kept on living. And you're here to break out of that system and show your family and shift the energy that you can be successful as a creative person, that it's okay, and it's even an amazing thing to be different, to think differently, to stand out from other people. I'm hearing that this generational karma is one that's like, the more you blend in, the better you'll be, or the safer you'll be, or the easier it will be for you to get a job or to get married, or whatever these imaginary goals have been. And you guys, it's just not for you guys. And it's like, I'm seeing like almost like, I got this imagery of like giving broccoli to like a kid and telling them to eat the broccoli because it's good for them. And the kid's like, I just know I don't like broccoli. And kids are very knowledgeable of themselves, very strong presences and souls. And it's like the parents force them to ignore their soul's intuition anyways and say, no, broccoli's good for you, you got to eat it. But sometimes you just know right off the bat that you're not going to be a broccoli person. So I'm hearing that, like, that this plate of expectations or this mindset has been given to you time and time again, expecting you to eat it. And it's giving you like upset stomachs, you know, like it's not good for your health. It's not adding anything beneficial to your life, is what I'm hearing. And you guys need to come in and show how beautiful it is to have these different colors to give to the world, and breaking these projections that are all fear instilled, and getting your whole entire family to really see what is at the root of life, which is life force energy, which is creativity, which is imagination, which is this beautiful power that we all harness, and sometimes we just forget about it, and that light within us dims down. But your guys' mission within breaking your family karma is to operate from a solar plexus system, is to operate from a self-knowing and a self inner security of who you are, and knowing that that's enough and that's abundant. Really beautiful messages. Adventure. Look at how many colors you guys have here. And nature, so much nature and so many colors. This is such a beautiful card. I'm hearing that you guys now are starting to open this portal. And I'm hearing COVID might have specifically like poked at you, trying to get you to awaken to this. But I'm hearing that specifically right now is a time where this portal is opening for you to truly express yourself. So what I'm hearing for you guys is every single opportunity you get, and by the way, an opportunity is both ease and an obstacle. Any obstacle you're confronted with on a daily basis is an opportunity for your soul. It's a challenge. It's your soul meeting a block within your soul. And that is the opportunity that you have to decide, does this power either go to my block, or will I grow out of this and give this power back to my light? So you guys have a lot to come ahead, a lot of challenges, but in these challenges will come a lot of benefits, a lot of lessons, a lot of learning about yourself and finding this light again. Some of you may have completely forgotten this creativity, this creative power inside. And some of you are very strongly aware of it, but are just still learning the mechanics of owning it and being confident in it and trusting in it fully. So this is Spirit's way of telling you that the way to break out of this karma is to trust, to forget about these mental projections that might still live on, and trust in the energy, trust in energy. Try to just see energy. You see this kid, she's not just seeing regular trees and plants. She's seeing all these colors because this is the aura, the energy of the path that she's trying to step into. Courage, 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 courage. This family system that's been going on for such a long time has created such a strict, rigid wall, blocking off many people before you, a lot of energy that, and our life force energy, our soul's energy is medicine for the planet. Every single person has medicine for the planet. And so you need to ask yourself, what medicine do I have to give that I'm blocking from other people, from giving to other people? And what the hardest part about generational karma is that it is because of our family why we might have a block from acting out on it. But it is because, how can I say this? It's because of our family that we have blockages from pursuing these with total confidence and total happiness and certainty. But our job is the most important, most sacred job, because we're the ones breaking free from those chains, because we have not just given up our dreams and formulated them into these stones, these rigid stones of rigid belief systems. We're still flexible. We still have this hope in something else. And in that means that we have decided to break the rest of our family free. And that's why generational karma is so tricky, because we have to have the courage to not only break out of our mental entrapments, but also shine awareness on the mental entrapments from those before us and get our families to start waking up. It is a huge mission, and it is not to be taken lightly. And the only way that you can do it in the best possible way that will serve everyone is simply trusting yourself and trusting the energy, the creativity, the power that you have inside. And that is enough. That is enough. You will see a flower bloom outside of that. So much nature. It's amazing. Postponement. What I'm seeing here is this painting, right? And remember I said some of you may be artists. To start seeing the world in your own colors again. When we're younger, and this is said on TikTok a lot, like the filter where they saturate everything and it's like, oh, this is how stuff looked like when we were kids. Everything was colorful, everything was bright, everything was lively. And it is only because we kill off our inner child from these belief systems, these rigid belief systems, and it slowly dwindles out our light that makes us see the world through our own lenses, through our own colors. And what I'm hearing again for you guys is to start at least being open, set the intention to being open to receive the colors that which you see the world through again. And you'll be able to tap back into this inner child and tap back into this remembrance of who you are. And oh yeah, that's what I think about the world. Instead of being and absorbing these projections from other people's fears. Yeah. And let's see what else we have here. We have Ace of Fire. You guys are the phoenix in your family, in your generational karma, in your lineage. You guys, your family has been burning off this inner trust network, this divine sacred network, and it has burned it to the point where it's become ashes. And you guys are the phoenix that the universe sent down to rise out of the ashes and remember and remind and remember and to remember your family back into its, I'm hearing like its star group, like your soul group. And your soul group is one that is super, 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 super unique and has a very special role to play on this earth because it is an artistic role. And artists are amazing because they see the world through a different lens, and they offer it up to the rest of us to get us to think differently, to pry open and start thinking differently. And that is exactly that is exactly the role that you guys have. So what I'm hearing is that if you do art, any art form, any sort of self-expression, anything. It doesn't have to be the typical painting, poetry, anything, any art form expression. If you guys truly want to embrace being an artist, it means that you have to start offering different perspectives, like what art does, to your family, to remind them of this truth that lies within them. What else do we have here? Spiritual warrior. Yeah, you guys have committed to this. It's going to be a slow process, and it may feel even a bit hopeless. It may feel like, okay, well, their creative spark has already died down. But I'm hearing you would be surprised. You would be surprised how far you would get with just some trust in change. Trust in change is what I'm hearing. Trust in the possibility for things to be different. And you will be really, really, really surprised with the amount of support you'd get, or the reactions that you'd get, and the remembrance that you'd see in people's eyes in your family. Oppression. Yeah, a lot of you guys could just feel hopeless and already throw in the towel and say, well, how can I change their minds? But you're just looking at the ashes. You're looking at what has already been burned off. You're looking at the pain, the residue from the pain is what I should say. And remember that every time that there's any death, there is a new beginning. So in this death of this inner fire that you may have seen on people around you, or even within yourself, that means that there is an opening for a beginning, and your energy is so strong that you not only get to choose what that beginning means for you, but also for the rest of your lineage. This is a super beautiful reading. Oof, I love it. I'm so excited to hear from you guys how this went, and how this is going. Please comment down below to give me feedback, because that would make me super happy to see how this resonated. And if you guys want to book a free 3-card reading, then that is also on the link, in my description box down below. And please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye. All right, and if you guys chose pile number 2, then this reading is for you. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm so excited. When I was, I blow on this deck to clear the energy, and when I was doing that, I felt like air sign super heavily, and what came in my head was Aquarius. So I feel like you guys are here as the rebel leaders, intellectual rebel leaders, just really standing in your own strength and using that to lead others. And the strength that you guys have is your perspective, how you communicate, the insight that you offer. So this was at the bottom of the deck, but let's see what else we have here real quick before we get into that. Ace of Water. Okay. 6 of Fire, Victory. You guys are very really strong energy, like really opinionated, very certain of anything that you know. You just always come with a certainty. I just saw 111 on the card. I mean, on the timer. 3 of Air, Doubt. Interesting. 3 of Fire, Integrity. You guys could really be have 3 as your lucky number. There's a lot of 3s. You guys might not be feeling maybe the most stable right now, because 3 is an imbalance, and at the bottom of the card we have balance. So you guys, what I'm hearing for you is that the generational karma that you are here to break is the imbalance of energies within your family, within your history, your family's history. We have water, we have one we have 1 water, we have 2 fires, and we have 1 air. And what this is telling me is, first of all, super imbalanced energies. There's a lot of fire, not a lot of water, and no earth. And what this is telling me is that I think that your guys' family is one that is very, very, very emotional and reactive, and is all about passion and very fiery energy. Very fiery energy. You might have a lot of fire signs in your family also, but just the element of your whole entire generational lineage is fire. And fire is such a beautiful element because it creates, it's assertive, it's confident, right? But when there's too much of it, we can quickly and easily burn out ourselves. I just saw 111 again on the timer. We can easily burn out ourselves and burn those around us. And this, what I'm hearing is that this energy, this fire might be too much for you guys a lot of the times, because you guys, like I said, are more air oriented, very analytical, all about perspective and ideology, in terms of values and mindset. And this stuff you hold very important, you hold as very important and very critical in leading one's own life. And so you might feel overwhelmed or easily smoked out by the energy of your family. So it may feel like you guys maybe even aren't taken seriously, or you feel that you're not listened to or not understood, that no one really sees you and your family for who you are. And I'm hearing like a lot of it is because there's this, because it's like speaking different languages almost. Like your family speaks fire and you speak air. And because of this, there's just this overlap in terms of reaching each other and helping each other break through certain, reach breakthroughs and understandings about life. And this is why you guys are here, okay? I'm so glad that I took this at the bottom of the deck, because this is the core, the heart of who you are in breaking your family karma. Your family karma, your family desperately needs you, because you are the one that's going to be able to to teach them how to calm their fires, how to learn how to harness that energy in positive light, in positive ways, yet also learn how to hold space for emotions, how to hold space for sensitivity and communication and stability. All these things that fire lacks is super, super, super critical, because you are the only one that really understands how to harness those other characteristics, those other wisdoms. And that is what your mission is here. You're here to grow your family. You're here to break them out of this. You see how arid this land is? It's a desert, right? And deserts happen when it gets too hot. There can't be any abundance. There can't be any lush greenery around them, because the burning is so strong that nothing can live there. So you guys are a teacher, really, in every sense of the word, a teacher for your family. I just saw the timer and it said 4:20, so you know. Anyways, you guys are beautiful teachers, and your teaching style is not one where, and this is going to be hard for you, especially if you're more air oriented. It's not one where you speak of, hey, I know what's right. This teaching of what you have to do isn't something that's communicated very much. It is an energy. I think that this family gets so caught up in passions and the external, as fire does. Fire grabs all the oxygen around it, right? It's very external, focuses on everything around it and avoids internal introspection. But the way you will decide to choose to focus on yourself, to choose to grow and replenish your own inner oasis, and how that will change you and your walk, and how you present yourself and the energy that you give, is what is going to break your family free out of this fire pit, this like fire party, into a more balanced state of learning how to be more mindful of itself and others, learning how to care more for others in a beautiful, supportive way that is sustainable. 3 of air, this is your guys' energy I'm reading. And it is getting like smoked out by all the loudness, right, around you. And I'm hearing that it's even what causes it. Many of you doubt your own power, that you have the strength that you have to influence others, because you think that the way that the world reacts to and responds to is that it responds more to fire, right? Loudness, like extrovertedness, desire, all these things. And because you see that is how your lineage has operated on for all these years, so you think that that's like the way that the world best responds to, so you diminish your own power. But what I'm hearing is that you have specific skills and talents that no one else has, that you have to learn how to harness and hold that energy in a beautiful space and support yourself in order to really bring different lessons that everyone else in your family cannot. You are here to round out the circle. You are here to sustainably connect people in your family back to their souls, and not just personality, back to something deeper, something deeply rooted in themselves, and teaching others around you how to be there for yourself, how to hold compassion, how to hold space for emotions. All these things that are super vital is exactly the work that you need to do to share with others. And it's like, especially fire, because fire is very environment oriented, very externally oriented. It can only really learn from what it sees around it. So what I'm hearing is that you really have to lead by action and lead by example, because maybe, and you could have tried it before, of discussing with fiery people, discussing it through logic and through communication, and it just went right over their heads, and it felt like the energy that you gave them meant nothing to them or had no effect on them. And I'm hearing it's because you have to think out of the box. You have to think in these people's shoes who are different from you in order to understand, okay, how can I best communicate with these people? How do they communicate? How do they learn? How do they receive? How are they open? And kind of let your power funnel in through there. But what I'm hearing is that the most important thing that you can do is focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Focus on forgiving fiery personalities is what I'm hearing. You could hold a lot of resentment or hurt from relationships, probably even in your family, of very fiery people who may have burned you in the past. And part of you becoming balanced is learning how to reconcile with your inner fire. Everyone has all 4. Everyone is fiery in some ways. Everyone is earthy in some ways. Everyone is airy and watery, and they're all so important to hold, to have an abundant oasis within ourselves. And you have to learn how, in that balance, you have to learn how to befriend this light in yourself, because it's not anything inherently negative. Nothing is inherently negative. It's just this excess of this energy. So I'm hearing, and what's ironic is that it's dwindled down your own inner fire, and inner fire is all about self-confidence and owning your own space. So I'm hearing maybe you don't do that enough. And so part of this doubt is also doubting yourself. Maybe you don't take your own energy seriously. I just saw 1010. You guys have the most number synchronicities. You guys have the most number synchronicities I've had so far. So angel numbers could be huge for you guys, but yeah, you're all about union. You're about union, creating union between that which is different than you, and reconciling the parts in you that you have a hard time accepting. And in that, you guys will completely change. Oh my God, I realized I didn't even do this deck. Whoa. So much in those. Okay, we have success. Nice. Breakthrough. Yeah, you're here to break through all the programming, all the ways, the values that your family has and operates on now. You're here to break through that and teach that there's a completely other world, like 3 worlds to be exact, outside of that they can use for that. And like I said, and you doing that is reaching that breakthrough within yourself, harnessing that sacred energy that you might have lost touch with. Ripeness. Now is the time to start acting on this. Celebration. We are the world. This is amazing. Traveling. I'm hearing that, like, when you guys learn these lessons, you'll be able to start this being that you become that will inspire others is what is going to unite others, number one, but also it's going to spread. The lesson that you have to learn within yourself is a lesson that others are going to learn from you, and it's going to inspire other people. It's going to bring about change in others, and it happens because it's an action that people see within you, not because you have a TED Talk and you spoke about it. A lot of change really doesn't happen from verbal conversations. Most change happens from us self-reflecting and observing actions outside of us, and either becoming inspired or waking up to something that we want to change. Things like this that are super important for you to understand, because it's not just words that will get you places. You have to learn how to honor the actions, how to honor the emotions, especially your deeper emotions, like all these feelings of maybe not fitting in with your family, not being the best or not being accepted, all these things that are bringing about this 3 of air energy. Really, really hold space for those emotions. Learn how to hold space for the water inside there, because that is so much of your medicine. I'm seeing 1313 on the timer again. This is crazy. But your emotions is your medicine, is what I'm hearing. Your emotions is absolutely your medicine. So learn how to accept yourself for your emotions, and just the heart of that is going to get you so far, is what I'm seeing. So pile number 2, that is what I'm seeing for your reading. Thank you so much for joining and watching this all the way through. I really, really, really appreciate it. If you guys are also interested in grabbing the opportunity for a free 3-card reading, then please click the link in my description box below. It'll send you to my website where you can book a reading from there. And I really hope I get to meet you. I'll see you guys soon. Bye. All right. Hello, pile number 3. What's up? So, real quick, I just wanted to say that you guys, first of all, have the most cards, like a fat stack of cards. And also, when I was shuffling for you guys, I got the sense that you guys are the light worker group. So very heavy stuff that you have to deal with, but also the most rewarding. So let's see what we got here. Where do we even start? Okay, 10 of Earth, wealth. You guys, right off the bat, is what I'm hearing, that you guys are here to break generational karma around lack mindset on a mental level, energetically, but also physically. You guys could have gone through or have family members that for many years have felt themselves as poor, saw themselves as poor, and may have physically manifested for themselves in their lifetime, or have been born in those circumstances and felt stuck there. So you guys have such a strong power already off the bat, because you're here to show that anyone in your family, that it is possible for your family to be abundant in any single way, shape, or form. And that is powerful. Father of Earth, again, you're really, like, I'm hearing like stocks, something sustainable, like a sustainable creation of your wealth, and knowing how to harness it in a safe, healthy, sustainable way, and teaching others. It could be that a lot of people in your family, when they make money, they spend it as soon as they get it, or they don't know how to invest in themselves, invest in a future, dream bigger for themselves, and just kind of spend it loosely or unmindfully. And you guys are here to teach people, specifically in your family, how to be a father, like a fatherly, safely strong, masculine presence for your money, which is super important. It's super important how to harness good energy around our money. 5 of water, loss. I got the sense when I was shuffling that you guys have gone through a lot, and your family has gone, your family has gone through a lot. It could be mostly either your parents or your grandparents, but it's your entire lineage. You guys have gone through so much that it may feel like you have been, or you might have people in your family who are really not open to expressing emotions. Really, they might come off as like cold, or not warm people, like not open, not the most emotionally supportive people. And it is because what I'm hearing is all of the past life trauma and the generational trauma, just really, really, really strong pain. And you might have felt a lot of that and are still trying to cleanse out of that, but you're coming here to be this, to show the power of emotions, and the power that emotions, that same pain, the power that pain has to heal ourselves. I just saw 333 on the timer. A lot of synchronicities today. It's been crazy. I'm also hearing, weirdly enough, baths and like the moon cycles are really strong opportunities for you guys to cleanse. When I was cleansing from my past life trauma, at its strongest peak so far was really just taking baths, and for some reason the water just really let everything pour out and cleanse out, and it was very releasing. And I'm hearing that that's also beneficial for you guys. You guys have already been maybe intuitively doing that, which is awesome. Mother of water. How funny. More emotions, more water, more moon, full moon we have. So you see how the cups here, they're all broken and cracked and dry. And she has 2 perfectly good cups that are holding water for her. Whenever I see these cards, I think of the sacredness and the power that one has once they are able to learn how to hold their emotions. I just saw 444 on the timer. So many freaking synchronicities. The power that one has to heal themselves just simply by learning how to hold emotions for themselves and show others how to do that in a strong, certain manner that is like super confident. And it's confident just because it's like, I am sad. I have these emotions. I'm owning them. I love them. I accept them. I'm letting them be here for as long as they need to be. There is so much power in this. So you guys could have been a super emotional person in your family and kind of stuck out of the crowd because the rest of your family might be more on the rigid side. Maybe some of you know this, maybe some of you don't. It's because you're a light worker. Your soul is very sensitive, especially to emotions, and is learning, oh, wow. And so this way that you feel like you've been a black sheep throughout your whole life, I just saw 555 on the phone. I swear, I can't make this stuff up. So, sorry. This becoming this strong feminine character in your family, it may just have not made sense to you when you were younger, why you always stood out, but this is because your soul, this has been designed. Your soul chose your family, and your soul chose to play this role to your family, which they themselves have not fully understood yet. Shaman. the Shaman card. Again, light worker. You guys are light workers. You guys are here as like the true alchemists of showing others how to transform the dark into light, and by accepting the dark. Okay, and you guys could be still in your own journey of maybe a dark night of the soul where you're waking up to that fact, but the sunrise always comes up. The sun will always come up no matter how dark it gets. And that, knowing that alone is what is like offsetting you guys from understanding how powerful of souls you really are. Light workers, a lot of the times when we're not conscious yet of our role, we diminish ourselves, diminish our power, because we have a different role from others, and so we don't understand ourselves fully. And in that lack of understanding, we don't trust ourselves, and therefore we lose that sense of power that we intuitively have. And then we have 8 of Earth, inner order, which is to say that once you balance out this internal network of both pain and light, then you guys will reach full abundance and bringing that abundance out into your family. It's all interconnected, especially you guys. Your ties with your family and your soul connection with your family is so strong that once you change yourself even a little bit, you might not even see it, but the change, the effect it has on every single one of your ancestors is insane. Chaos. You guys, your family has gone through a lot, and you have gone through a lot. And that pain, it might feel hard to believe that it can bring us great light at the end of it. But again, you guys are here to show the strength of learning how to develop a relationship with pain in a way that is compassionate and honoring of it, so that it can transform into light and release this stagnated energy. 7 of water, excess. Again, we have more broken cups, and look, it's going right underneath too. There's like, it's like what I'm hearing, and I'm sure you already are aware of this, but your family is so rigid because there's so many emotions that have been not dealt with and not released fully at all. So a lot of body work, breath work, compassion work that you have to start acting on your family, right? This is all an internal change before it is a familial change. Is really what's going to help start releasing that energy. Your family needs to start feeling its feelings, and you are the person that is feeling like this horse, like a chariot, like you're like a chariot, and you're just navigating that through, like trekking this path yourself and showing others the way. Torment. There's been so much psychological torment that you, sorry about that, but there's been so much psychological torment that both maybe you, but your ancestors have gone through, that need to be released through an understanding of just how powerful we as people are, we as souls are, to alchemize this pain into something abundant and nourishing and like just absolutely incredible, something different. It's like your family doesn't even believe that it's possible. You could have a lot of like negative, pessimistic family members that just like don't believe in the ability we have to be abundant, to live our dreams out and manifest that, and and that comes from a misunderstanding of truly what powerful beings we are. And you are the person that introduces that to all these people in your family. So this is what was awesome, was at the bottom of the deck, you first had hurt, 9 of air, hurt, with this owl and these feathers. And then when I pulled that card, I was like, okay, then you have hurt at the bottom. The sun card at the bottom of that. And I took both, which I usually don't, because as light workers, as a light worker, your job is to understand the alchemy of turning dark into light, night into day, pain into joy. And you are the person that sets the path in teaching people how to walk on this earth without any pain, without being slaves to their mind, without thinking that everything is all about suffering and just avoiding pain at all times. No, we can live abundantly. We can live in joy and happiness. And you are the person that gives that lesson to all your ancestors. You shift that energy once you heal yourself. You shift that energy once you step into who you are and this power that you have, and start acting accordingly. Like, you might have such a strong light that you don't want to invalidate your family, or worried that they'll perceive you as you thinking that maybe you're better than them, or just like worried about how people will perceive you with this light, whatever the narrative is, you know. That was just an example, but this is the mission that you chose. This is what your soul chose to do on this earth, and you have to start taking steps. You have to accept the mission. You have to accept the work that this is a lot, you know. Like I said, it's the most cards we've gotten. This is a lot of work that you have to do, but you're not alone in it. You're not alone in it. You have guidance. You have your soul family. You have your guardian angels. You have your angel guides. Like, you have source. You have your soul. You have your soulmates on this earth to help you with this. This is all this karma is all about letting go of pain, letting go of trauma, letting it go. And by letting it go, you have to let the emotions flow. You're here to start teaching your family the beauty that is in emotions, no matter how painful they are. Fool card. You're taking yourself and your family into scary territory because it's an area that they've never been in before, and the ego will try to trick you into saying that it's not safe, that, you know, that like, I'll die here, whatever, because the ego is afraid of ego death. But you need to be the one to courageously jump in anyways and show them that they fall into nothing other than themselves, than their healed selves. Change. You're here to turn the wheel, turn the karmic wheel, turn the tides of the patterns that have been displaying in your family of pain and trauma and hurt and suffering, and reinvigorate that light within each and every single soul that will watch you do that and be inspired to do the same. Sharing. You have to share the light. You have to share this light. This isn't something, the light that we're given isn't just for us to keep to ourselves. And this is why whenever people have awakenings, whenever people are given with light, they often start something. They write a book, or they just start helping people more, whatever it is, because when you're naturally in tune with Source's light, you just want to give. That is your natural being. That's your natural doing. Consciousness. Whew. All about raising consciousness here. You're here to bring your family out of a chronic dark night of the soul and raise their consciousness from the third dimension to the fifth dimension. But you have to believe that it's possible. You have to believe that this change can happen. You have to believe in that you yourself can trek this path, like I said, and start this, and believe that something will grow out of it within your family. Yeah, absolutely. This is your guys' mission. This is what you guys are born to do. This is what you guys signed up for Earth, why you guys came down here. This is awesome. This was an amazing, this was my, such a good pile. This is like so divinely set and timed with you guys in mind of how you are just going to create a ripple effect in your entire, all your ancestors and all those coming after you. Like, you are the link in the chain that breaks everything and changes it all around. But you have to believe that that's possible by doing inner work, raising your own consciousness, aligning with Source, healing your trauma, and in that, everything else naturally falls. Everything else naturally falls. People will watch you. Everyone's watching you. Your energy affects more people than you think, and people will observe and take notice and want to be part of that change. That's what humans are naturally designed to do. So with that being said, guys, that is your reading. Thank you so much for sticking along and listening to this. It means so much to me. Comment down below if you would like to give some feedback. I love hearing the feedback. I offer free 3-card readings on the link in my bio below. So if you get that, if you feel called to, please click that and book a reading through my website. It will take you there. And what else? I think that's it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. That's the best way to support my channel and what I'm doing. Also, if you guys feel called to, I have links down below to donate for the law of equal give and take, of equal exchange. So yeah, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.